Very, very thankful to primarily these friends who have organized this, and also all the people who have come from each and every place. Really moved. So many people coming and trying to meet me here. Extremely happy. That shows that the type of affection you have to the people who are working in India and working for the country there, and so that's the affection what we are all having. That's what we are having. Really, when Rangarao told me, he said locally we have our friends, then I thought maybe about 30-40 people. Then he told me 100 people. Then he was saying that it's crossing and we are not getting any call also, we are trying, and then the number is crossing. That's what he was telling. But when I look at it here, I see that all the people who have come from this place and far off places, I'm really moved by all your affection. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So one thing in the beginning, let me say, all of you who are here, let me meet each and every one of you personally before we leave this place. I will be available till I meet the last person here. Let us just spend some time with you. I have come here on an official work. We were in a part of a high-level delegation. We had some meetings with the government at Washington. I'll a little bit tell you about it slightly later. And end of it, then my son is also here, so he met me, then went to Pennsylvania, and then come over here. And then I'm here till day after tomorrow morning. And day after tomorrow morning, my flight is at 11:30 back. So anyone we are not able to meet or somebody has to leave early, then I'm available tomorrow. Rangarao is the contact person, and we can try to meet all the time we are available here. As people said, I'm basically from a small village, rural village in the district of Nellore, part of Andhra Pradesh. And I have studied up to 10th class in my village, and then 11th and 12th at Nellore, and then the 4 years at Anantapur. And I heard whenever Anantapur name is raised, there's lots of claps are being coming here. And all of us have got lots of affection for Anantapur. In fact, Ramana Prasad was telling about Nellore, but I think actually the strong love is for Anantapur more than Nellore. I'll tell, actually when I went to Anantapur the first day, one of my very close friends who has been again a roommate for me, one Bashir, who is not here today, is in Nellore. Both of us cried why we have come to this place and this type of a place we have come, what is this, we literally cried. But after 4 years when we are leaving Anantapur, again we cried, why are we leaving Anantapur, such a beautiful place? It's a fantastic place. Then I joined DRDO, 1985 in Pune, and then 86 in Hyderabad. I joined in DRDL, reported to Dr. Kalam, who was the director of DRDL at the time. Then it's a great organization, great laboratory, and great leadership what Dr. Kalam has given. We all joined, and by that time, Indian defense was in the very nascent stages. I say that by that time, there was no single missile which India has developed by that time. And Dr. Kalam has brought from the government an approval for 5 missiles to be developed simultaneously with a program called Integrated Guided Missiles Development Program, IGMDP. 5 simultaneously, and the work for that when I joined started and was going on, and I also joined in that stream. It was, I can say that it's a I don't know, the type of fervor people were having, and the type of motivation and dedication people were working day and night at that time. and people worked for the first successful launches of our first missile Prithvi in the year 1988. And in the year 1989, that Agni was successfully launched, which actually brought the great name for India and attention of all the developed nations towards India, that India is also developing such great missiles. I could see that, leave aside the later years, that first initial years, almost all the scientists who were there, part of the laboratory of DRDL in Hyderabad, and nobody would have left the office before night 1 p.m. all through that years, leaving aside Saturday, Sunday, working days, any days. In fact, I remember my mother came and she was with me for about 3 months. She wanted to go to Venkatesh Swami temple, that's what we call as Birla Mandir. And I couldn't find time to take her to that mandir for 3 months. She was there and she went without seeing that mandir. It is not about me, I am saying that everyone who was there was working like this and people are working. And that is the zeal what has resulted, and now country we are definitely having lots of capabilities what we have developed, and today we have all the missiles which have been developed. You talk about Agni, Prithvi, Akash, Nag, Astra, you talk about MRSAM, you talk about ballistic missile defense, BrahMos missile, many missiles, you talk about varieties of missiles are there today. Pranay, Prahar, so many things. So many missiles country has developed now. We can say we are completely self-reliant in these areas today. And lot of technologies have gone in. Lots of areas also, you have seen in the space also, India has done wonders. Lot of things have been developed there. If you look at it, the PSLV has almost 50 times it has been successfully, without a single break in between, has been successfully flight tested. And we are one of the countries, rather one of the very, very few countries who have had Mangalyaan, who had Chandrayaan and so many other missions. We have our own GSLV putting the satellites in the geostationary object, and other missions are also taking place. And look at in the defense, so many changes have happened, so many evolutions have happened, and particularly in the last 7-8 years, the country has seen tremendous change. With Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji coming into picture as Prime Minister, he has given the call, all of you know that, Make in India call he has given. By the time, we were importing a lot of equipment from outside. So the call given is Make in India. You make everything here in the country, whether it is indigenous design or a collaboration, or even if somebody is from foreign supplying, let him make it here in the country. Everything should be made here. So that has brought in a change. That is total vision of the world has changed. All the companies who are supplying to India also try to have a collaborations. The major companies have their presence in India now. They have offices, they have their own factories, industries and collaborations which are making the things here in the country. And after that, seeing that there is a lot of activities happening, and particularly private industries participating into the defense activities in a big way. A lot of support and a lot of mechanisms, a lot of processes have been brought in. A lot of processes which are over there have been simplified. And so all these private industries have been encouraged in a big way. Now private industries have entered into defense business in a big way, that today private industries are manufacturing, producing critical systems like missiles and bombs also. Earlier, no, it was not. Now many private industries are producing these items like missiles and bombs. So seeing this and seeing the change what has brought in, again Honorable Prime Minister has given the call for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Let me little explain about Atmanirbhar Bharat. All of you should know because you all people have from India, you have come here. You are all working here. You are all exposed to a lot of technologies, a lot of know-how you have, a lot of information you have. And so it is very important for you people to know about it. When we say Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is, in English, we will say that it is self-reliant India. When we say self-reliant India, we can put it technologically, and many of you are engineers. In engineering terms, we can say it as you have the design capability, you have the development capability, and you have the capability to manufacture with innovative technologies in volumes. This is what is Atmanirbhar Bharat self-reliant India. Other way around, you have the complete know-how or know-why is again other way around Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that means you should have the complete technological know-how, know-why, knowledge and everything, and you are able to develop the systems here, and that is the drive given. So parallelly, many changes have been brought in, lot of opportunities, avenues have been created, lot of support to MSMEs, lot of support to our startups, and there have been encouragement, and so which has actually brought in a lot of other changes. The other changes are like, if you look at about 10 to 15 years back, more than 75 to 80% of our students who are coming from our premier institutes like IITs, they were all going abroad from the country as they got graduated from IITs. Now I can very confidently say the statistics say more than 75% of the IIT students are staying back in the country in India. This is one change. Whatever the reasons it is, we are not trying to find the reasons behind it. If you look at again about 10 years back, majority of most of the students, they come from whichever faculty or whichever department or whichever branch, whether it is IT or computer science or electronics or even civil engineering or metallurgy, they were all joining IT industry. That were the opportunities which are there, and there were no opportunities on the other side, and so nothing to blame anything, but they were all joining so. But today, the youngsters, if you look at it, they are working in every area. If you look at the startups which have come in India, they are all youngsters who are working on advanced materials, advanced composites, advanced alloys, they are working on propulsion technologies, they are working on engine technologies, they are working on space technologies, so much of a difference which has brought in. So people have started working in all the areas of the various sciences and subjects. This is another important thing. And second, there has been a focus only on engineering, as there were having many opportunities and job opportunities, and majority of the people were joining in that. So to promote science, which is essential for any nation's development, which is the technology development, and for the technology, the fundamental is science. So institutes have been started in the country which are called ISERs, Indian Institute of Science, Education, Research. Very fantastic units which have been started, and most of the states have got these institutes where the science is promoted in a big way. Science, education, research. So this is bringing the culture of science and research in the country parallelly, which is becomes the fundamental thing of it. So these things, over a period now, there have been number of startups which have come in the country. And if I give the statistics, in 2016, there have been only 461 startups in India. And today, maybe the statistics were a few months back, there are more than 75,000 startups here in the country. And there are thousands of startups even in the defense and aerospace field itself. Youngsters are every day coming and working out in various fields. If you say, just take the area of drones, there are hundreds of startups which have come up and who are working in the drones and drone-based technologies here in the country. There was a conference a few months back in Delhi, and where Honorable Prime Minister himself has come. And if you look at that, there have been about 120 or 150 startups have displayed their products in drones. So India has become more like a drone hub in the entire global. This is one difference which has come. So this has brought in a change, and the system has changed, the system has become vibrant, and so many people are working, lots of niche technologies are being developed, and so many things are happening. And today we can confidently say that in defense technologies, we are self-reliant, not just in missiles, we are self-reliant in radars, we are self-reliant in torpedoes, we are self-reliant in sonars, we are self-reliant in guns, tanks, aircraft, everything. So India has developed its own light combat aircraft, Tejas, and Indian Air Force has given 83 numbers at one single largest ever order till now has been given, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited is giving, which has boosted the aeronautics sector in the country in a big way, which is paving the way for many more aircraft development. And you must have seen on 15th of August, under the Prime Minister, when he was speaking from the Red Fort, there was a gun fired, and he said that 75 साल के बाद आज देश में रेड फोर्ट से पहली बार हमारे देशी गन का आवाज सुना है. And that gun is made in the country, designed, developed in the country, and that gun has the world's longest range. No other gun in the world. And just a month later, you must have seen that India has built its first indigenously built aircraft carrier, a huge ship, where on that the aircrafts can land and aircrafts can take off, fighter aircrafts. And that has been built indigenously in Cochin by Cochin Shipyard Limited, where the indigenous content is more than 75 to 80%, including the steel, what is required for that has been developed in the country, and that has come. So the country has gone through tremendous changes. In fact, Honorable Prime Minister has dictated us or directed us that we should show a technological demonstration. That is the thought what he got in the end of our 2016, and let us show to the world that we have technological capability. And that test, what he has told us, given us 2 years time to develop that and show it, that is the anti-satellite test, to make a missile which can go and hit a satellite in the low Earth orbit and make that. Very, very critical technology. And you all know that, and the Prime Minister himself has come over the live TV channels as soon as the test is over in 2019, March 27th, that India has made a missile which has gone and hit a satellite with few centimeters of accuracy, and we have demonstrated that we have such a high technological capability is what we have shown. With that, India has become the fourth nation after Russia and America and China. India is the only country which has done such a test, which has shown to the world that we have such capability. These are some of the important things which have happened, and now today, a lot more are happening. A lot of new technologies are being developed in the country. A lot of startups have come. Many areas. You talk about artificial intelligence, you talk about cyber, you talk about quantum technology, you talk many of them. In fact, quantum technologies, if you say, I don't know, some of you may be knowing one of the emerging technologies. India is one country, rather one of the very few countries which has demonstrated over 100 kilometers a quantum technology. Very few countries. This just upcoming technology is with the help of a startup which has demonstrated this. So likewise, there are so many new technologies are coming up, and our academic institutes are also raising their standards. If you look at probably 10-15 years back, we didn't have one academic institute in the first 500 rankings of the world. Now today, there are many in the first 500 from India, and soon I am very sure that we will come into the first 100 also. And academic institutes are competing a lot. There are so many projects, research projects which are happening, and the new education policy has been brought in, which is actually driving more and more towards the practical knowledge and practically working and practically doing the research and bringing the research culture. So lots of things are there. And if you look at DRDO has got about 15 centers of excellence in various academic institutes with about 1,200 crore rupees budget working on those things and more than 3,000 research associates working on these things, and a lot of technologies and research is being developed. So this has brought in a change, and so world started looking towards India, and Indian industry started exporting even defense systems. Indian industry started exporting, and so the government has brought in lots of mechanisms and simplified the process of the export related things, and with that seeing the trend, the Honorable Prime Minister has given the call for the next final, I say that a quantum jump, that is make for the world. India should make for the world. That means calls for you try to make very advanced technologies based systems, very innovative systems, and make the systems at a lower price compared to the world is the message. So that is where now the country is working towards that, trying to make advanced systems and trying to make just not for the country and country's armed forces, try to supply and try to sell all over the globe and try to market Indian products, and that is how India will become stronger economically and stronger otherwise in every means. So in technology is the one which can make the country prosperous, and so we should be able to make those advanced technology systems and sell all over the world and transform the country now in short time. We have earlier been a leading importer. Now we should change ourselves as leading exporter, and that is the drive. And it started in a big way. Lots of exports are happening. More than about 13,000 crores of worth of equipment have been exported last year. And if you look at the trend, so many inquiries are coming, so many discussions are happening. Every day one industry is tying up with one country, and lots of orders are coming. And I am sure the time is within no time. My feeling is in a couple of years we become one of the major exporters of defense equipment in the world. That is the situation we are in. If you look at the country, the way response for anything is phenomenal. It's the leadership which actually drives, and the people who work and dedicatedly people work and things like that. I'll give you a couple of examples for that, how we respond, all of us, we respond to any demand which arises. When the COVID started, the country didn't have any ventilators. There was no chance to get a ventilator from outside. Leave aside a ventilator, part of ventilator also is any spare part also. So it is been decided, and there have been number of groups have been formed, and try to see that one of the groups has been given responsibility, that is our group, where a couple of secretaries, including I was also a member of that, and said that you please develop ventilators very fast. And none other than the Prime Minister was taking the reviews regularly. And I remember April 7th or so is the decision taken that we should develop our own ventilators. No industry is open, industries were closed, workers are gone, nothing coming from outside, and that is the condition. In that condition, we have to develop 50 to 60,000 ventilators is the task given. People, engineers, both private, public, and scientists have worked. I remember that next 3 months, every day people left office around morning 4 o'clock, and they were back in the office at about 9:30 in the morning. Morning 4 o'clock. Developed every part of it, designed, developed everything, every part, industries got opened, workers were brought in that pandemic condition, people worked and gone through it, developed the prototypes, went through the medical tests, went through the hospitals, doctor certification, and 14th of August, the complete number of more than 30,000 ventilators were delivered. of 4 months, right from design stage, manufacturing, developing has happened in this country. Similarly, you must have seen that when the pandemic erupted in a very big way and there were no beds available, hospitals were asked to make immediately, and it was given the job to DRDO that you make hospitals we need. Let's say first hospital in Delhi was asked to be made, and DRDO said yes, we will be able to do, and 1,000-bedded hospital with 500-bedded ICU beds, and with every facility like any hospital is available, air conditioning and whatnot, all that pressures and everything, maintaining all the facilities, a complete oxygen available to all the 1,000 beds and everything. The decision was given and the land was shown. The 11th day, both Honorable Vice Home Minister and Honorable Raksha Mantri went and inaugurated the hospital on the 11th day. Just 11 days. And you know that India is one country, I don't think anyone else has developed. It's so fast, 2 vaccines within no time and have been distributed to so much of population. So this is the way the country has responded, and so many things have come, everybody has worked and developed and given to the volumes, because our country, we have 120 crores population and you need numbers. So numbers have been made and developed and delivered, and we could fight the pandemic in such a way, and the leadership was also continuously manning. I can say that the Prime Minister himself was taking reviews of each sector almost every day. Every day it was oxygen plants. You see oxygen plants, every district 2 oxygen plants of 1,000 liters per minute and 500 liters per minute have been put up in less than about 4 months' time. Every district has got 2 oxygen plants. This is again, I remember that is again the job mostly DRDO has done. So again, none other than Prime Minister was taking a review almost every week. Where is the status, what it is, what is happening. So this is the type of change what we are seeing in the country, and the way people are responding, the way the leadership is taking the country, and the way country has emerged and things are happening, and there is a sea change happening in every field. You must be seeing also the way the roads are getting developed, the way the tunnels are happening, even in, never happened in the months of December and January. Never work happened in Kashmir and other related Himalayan regions. People are working on that and making tunnels, still working in that temperatures also. People have come out with the technologies and working. So the way everywhere you see the northeastern sector and all that, the way the roads have come. So in each and every area, every field, the sea change is happening, and the way the country's economy is growing, and the way the position of the country is every year is changing in each and everything, whether it is the innovation index or technology development or most feasible or easier country to work in the country. So many things, ranks are improving every day, every year, whatever you are able to see. So these type of changes which are coming in now, I am sure with all the help from everyone, and particularly people from you here who are there, who have been exposed to the know-how, knowledge and everything, and how you can be supporting to the country also, the country will be emerging. So the purpose why we came here also, this is one thing where US and India have agreed to work on a concept that a scheme has been coming up. We can work together on advanced technologies together, jointly. That is the program which has been announced now.
Sure.
You must have seen in the news that it is a program called ISET, Initiative on Critical and Emerging Technologies between US and India on various emerging technologies. The country should work together and come out with these technologies. So lots of things are happening. Lots of countries are coming forward and working with us and making the country proud. So this is how various people and various teams are working in the country, and in the field of defense, people have worked, the DRDO scientists or the DPSUs and industry have worked, and the scenario has emerged. And I should definitely say that all what I have imbibed and I have implemented as a team spirit is primarily goes to my college days where I have developed everything as a team. Anandapur College, we used to have that old British barracks, and there is everywhere one room. It's a big, a shelter sort of thing. Each one goes. The moment you come out room, you are open. So you are every day, every minute you are seeing 20 people, 30 people, and all that. That is the environment. And I remember our college is about 4-5 kilometers away from town. And so whenever we go for a movie, second show or so, something like that, we used to go in a batch of 40 people, 50 people together, walk all the way for this 4-5 kilometers, and at midnight at 1 o'clock, 40 people again, you come back walking together and all that. Our Ramana Prasad ji, who spoke earlier, he was our college union president. So he used to be, Ramana Prasad going, that time he is a hero actually. Ramana Prasad was called a hero. I don't know what is the name of something called, they used to say something. But 40-50 people. So that is a team, you are all together and you are all moving. See, what happens is, how we all can work together is the most important thing in life. See, no individual can do anything. How you can use every team member, every person who is around, and then how we are able to extract best and then work is the most important thing. So the team spirit is the one which actually makes, and that is what actually Dr. Kalam has built in DRDO, making everybody work. Kalam was an anchoring point and trying to make and taking decisions that we should be able to do. So most important thing what we have to learn is, from Dr. Kalam I want to tell you. 2-3 points just. One is, he says always think big. Unless you think very big and you put your aims and other things on at very high level, you won't be achieving great things. This is what. Example, when our country didn't have one missile, any one of us, if we would have thought about, let us take one missile program from the government and work on it, once that is success, we will go for other things. No, he had the courage and guts to go to the Prime Minister at that time and said, I want to develop 5 missiles simultaneously. He could convince and get a sanction for all the countries. So, think. And he always used to say that when we were developing first Prithvi, Agni and all that, he used to say, we were becoming one of the 6 nations who have developed such capabilities. And he used to say, guys, what are you saying? Every time you have become one of the 6 nations, 7 nations, when are we going to be the first nation? This is what it is. And that time he worked on it, and we developed jointly with Russia a missile called BrahMos. That BrahMos name also has come between the 2 rivers in these countries. One is Brahmaputra, another is Moskva, and bringing the name as BrahMos, one of the synonyms of our own old Astras, Puranas, Astras. And that time when the BrahMos, it's jointly developed. We have a lot of contribution in that, and Russians have contributions. And the missile, when it was developed, it was the only supersonic cruiser missile in the world. Nowhere else such a missile was there. That is what the dream he could make it. So always we should put our targets and then work dedicatedly towards it. We all work under his leadership, whether it is I'm talking about Dr. Kalam's time or recent pandemic's time with the Prime Minister leading all of us. People, I can say that suppose I have now 37 years I have spent, at least about many of the scientists whoever have been working with us, most of the time, at least 50% of the year, they go after night 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock home. At least that. And almost all the scientists work on every Saturday, and some of them work at least 20-25% and even Sundays also. So put a target and put the target at a very high level, work for it, dedication, commitment, focus, sincerity is the one what actually makes. And when you put the type of targets only, you will be able to achieve. I always remember, I quote one thing, in 2014 or something like that in Andhra Pradesh, I think combined Andhra Pradesh, the DGP of Andhra Pradesh, who was the DGP, he was son of the lowest employee of the police department, constable. A constable's son has become the police boss of the state. Similarly, for the APSRTC, the MD was son of a conductor. A conductor's son has become the top boss of the whole state. See how what is the from what level to what level they have gone. So that is what it is. So make for the world. So Indian product should be seen the entire globe. That's the target, which is an ultimate target, and that's how we should work for it. And we should, when you put a target like that, only then you will try to work for it and achieve it. There is no incremental target. So this is what it is, and India is working towards that. India is moving towards that, evolving to that, and all of us who are here, whichever way you can play a role, please play a role. Help the startups, help the academic institutes, or help the industries, and whichever whatever it is ways you can do, can do. You are all doing great job here. It is recognized everywhere and everyone. And whenever we see the leadership comes here, we can see thousands and thousands of people. Wherever he goes, we can see all the people who are there. And you are also seeing and enjoying the way the country is evolving also in a big way. And so flourishing everywhere, wherever you are and whatever we are doing, and flourish and get the name to the country and make the country become great and prosperous. And in the end, once again, thank you very much for so many people joining here and coming here to meet an Indian coming from that side, working for the country there, and all of you are who have been friends, who know me directly or indirectly, all of you coming here, being with us today. A great moment. I cherish this day in my life, and I'm sure that we'll be able to meet number of times again in life. And whenever you come that side, I'm available. We can always meet for anything. And wish a great future for all of you, and great life for the families, and all the best to you. Jai Hind, Namaskar.